Hello, my dear people. Today we'll be looking at the lab Extend Gemini Enterprise Assistant Capabilities. Once your lab is ready, let's go ahead and open the GCP console. This will take about 20 seconds to load. Make sure you open it in a new incognito window. You can go ahead and click the I understand button if you are asked for any terms and service agreements. Click Agree and Continue. Now that our GCP console is ready, let's go back to the lab and check what our first task is. So let's scroll down below. So our first task is to add content to Google Drive. We have to first download the files from a specific bucket. Let's go back to our Cloud console and search for Cloud Storage. Let's open Cloud Storage. Let's go to Buckets on the left panel. Let's click on the bucket and let's download both the files here. Once you have downloaded it, let's come back. So what we have to do next is upload it to the drive. So in the new tab, let's paste this drive link to open your drive. Now let's go ahead and upload both the files here. To upload a file, click the new button on the left, click on File Upload, and upload both the files. So once both the files are uploaded, let's come back and check progress. So this should say it has been completed. Now task 2 is to configure a Gemini Enterprise application. So let's go back to our GCP console. On the search bar, let's search for AI applications and click it. Let's click the checkbox and click Enable API. It will take a minute for this to get enabled. Once the API is enabled, let's go to Settings on the side panel. And for the global region, let's click on the pencil icon, select the Google Identity option, and click Save. Now we have to create a Google Drive data store. So let's go to Data Store. Let's click Create Data Store. Let's go scroll down and click Google Drive. Let's keep it all as per our lab instructions. Let's copy the lab connector name. Let's click Continue and let's click Create. Now we see the Drive connector here. Let's go back and check what's next. Now we have to create a Gmail connector. Let's go back, click on Create Data Store, scroll down and select Google Gmail. Now let's go back. Let's copy the name. Here we can click Skip. Let's paste it here and click Continue and Create. Now let's go back and check the next task. Next task is to create a Gemini Enterprise app. So let's go back, click on Apps on the left panel, click Create App, select Gemini Enterprise App, come back to the lab, copy the name of the app, let's paste it here. The location is global, so we'll keep it global. Let's copy the company name, click on Advanced option, paste company, and click Create. Now once the creation is complete, we will see Connected Data Stores option on the left panel. Let's go ahead and click it. Let's go ahead and click Add Existing Data Stores on the top. We'll select both of our data stores which we created and click Connect. Now we see that data stores are connected successfully. Let's come back to the lab and check progress. We should see that task 2 is completed. Now task 3 is to create an OAuth consent screen and configure Gmail action. So let's go back to our lab. On the search bar, let's search for OAuth. Click on OAuth consent screen. We'll click on Get Started. Now let's copy the app name and paste it here. Let's go back and copy the email. We'll select the user email from the dropdown, come back to lab. Here we see we have to keep internal, so select the internal audience option and click Next. For the email address, let's paste the email we copied. Click Next, click the checkbox, and we'll click Continue and Create. Now let's click on Clients option on the left panel. Let's click Create Client. So for application type, we'll select Web Application as given. Let's go back and copy the name and let's paste it here. And now let's click Create. Now this will give us the client ID and client secret. Let's copy paste these both somewhere. So I'm going to use Google Keep to paste the credentials. So let's paste it here. You can paste it somewhere else or you can use Keep itself. So I'm going to paste the client ID as well as the secret key here. Once this is done, let's go back to AI applications. Let's select our Gemini app. Let's go to Connected Data Stores. Let's create new data store. Select Google Gmail. We'll give the client ID, which we just copied, and also give the secret key, which we just copied. After this, we'll click on Verify Off. So here we see that we cannot sign in due to some error. So what we have to do is add a redirect URI on our OAuth client app. So let's go back, let's duplicate this tab, and let's search OAuth again. Go to the OAuth consent screen. So let's go to Clients and select the one that we created earlier. Here below, you see Authorize Redirect URL section. So let's copy the redirect URL as shown from, let's click Add URI, let's paste it, and let's click Save. Now our issue should be solved. So let's go back and click Verify Off. Now let's click Allow. Now you see that it's successful. So we'll select Send Email and we'll click Continue. Now for the name, let's go back to our lab and copy the name, paste it back here, and click Create. Once this is created, let's go ahead and unlink whatever is currently present. So I'll unlink both the data stores which are present. Now I'll click Add Existing Data Store. I'll add the new Gmail data store which we have created, which has a name Symbol Gmail Action, and also add the drive. Now I'll click Come Back and check progress. Now this task is completed. Next task is to create a BigQuery table to store feedback. So let's go back to our console, open the Cloud Shell. Once the Cloud Shell is ready, let's go ahead and paste the command. Let's go back, copy the next command, come back and paste. Now let's go back and check progress.
Now our next task is to create a Cloud Run function to record feedback. So let's go back to our GCP console. On the search bar, let's search Cloud Run and let's select Cloud Run. Let's go to Services on the left panel. Let's click on Write a Function. Let's go back, copy the name of the service. Let's come back and paste it here. For the region, we have to keep it US East 1. So let's come back and select US East 1. Make sure you keep what's in your lab. The endpoint URL you can copy if needed, or we can come get to it later. For the runtime, we have to select Python 3.12 or whichever is given in your lab. For authentication, we have to keep Require Authentication, and we have to keep the other settings as they are and go ahead and click Create. So next, as we see here, we have to make the function entry point as record feedback. Come back, now let's copy this and come back to our requirements.txt and paste it here. Let's go back to the lab, copy the main code of the function, and let's come back and paste it here. Now we'll click Save and Redeploy. Now we have to wait until the deployist is completed. So here you will start seeing the updated status. So wait for a couple of 10 to 20 seconds and you'll start seeing status like this. So we need to wait until all of this is completed. I'll go ahead and fast forward. So now you see everything is completed. Now let's go ahead and click on the test button on the top right. Now we'll come back to lab and copy the payload. We'll paste it here and we'll click test in Cloud Shell. This should open a Cloud Shell with the command preloaded. So once a Cloud Shell loads with the command, just go ahead and click enter. Now we should see the expected response, which is new row has been added. We can go back and confirm, so this is correct. Now we can go ahead and close the Cloud Shell. Now we will come back and check progress. Now our next task is to create a conversational agent to call the Cloud Run function. So let's go back to our lab. On the search bar, search AI applications. Click on the AI application. Let's go ahead and create an app. Let's click on conversational agents on top and click create. Now we have to enable the Dialogflow API. So click enable API. If it asks for billing, just click cancel and reload. It should load this conversational agents interface. Once the interface loads, select your project. Now click Create Agent. You have to click Build Your Own. So let's go ahead and click Build Your Own. Let's copy the name of the agent. Let's come back and paste it here. You have to keep the location global. So let's go back and change the location to global. Now we have to keep the conversation start option as a playbook, which is already a playbook. So let's go ahead and create. Let's wait for this to be created. Now let's go back to our lab and we have to enable cloud logging and conversation history. So we'll go back to GCP console, click on settings on the top right, we'll scroll down and we'll click enable logging and conversation history, and then we'll click save on the top. Let's come back. Now we have to create the Cloud Run tool. So let's copy the name. Let's go back, let's go to tools, let's paste the tool name, and we'll keep the open API type. For description, we'll go back, copy the description, we'll paste it here. Next, we'll copy the schema and we'll paste it here. So we have to update a few things here. As you can see, we have to replace Cloud Run URL first. So let's go back to our GCP console. Let's go ahead and search for Cloud Run. We need to copy the Cloud Run URL. Let's go to Services, let's click our Cloud Run function, let's copy the URL, let's come back to the schema, and at around line 6, where it's written Your Cloud function, let's paste it. Now we have to also change the request type as well as the schema property. So in schema property, you have to add feedback as well as store number. So let's go back. For the request type in line number 9, we'll make it as post. Next, for the schema, we have to add feedback as well as store number. So you can see feedback is already here. Let's go ahead and copy the store number string. Let's come back and type. For properties, I'm going to copy paste the whole part of properties. You can find this in the description below, so feel free to go ahead and copy paste it from there. So let me copy paste all of the properties here. Perfect. So once we have done this, let's go ahead and click save. Uh-oh, we see some errors. Okay, let's go back up to request type and make the post into small letters, and again, click save. Now we see that this is saved. Next, to invoke this tool, we have to add some permissions. So let's go back to GCP, let's search and go to IAM to give the permission. Let's check the Include Google Provided Role Agents. Let's go back, copy service account name, and search for the agent here. Now let's click on the pencil icon, click Add Roles, and let's add Cloud Run Invoker permission. So I'm going to add Apply and click Save. Now I'll come back and check progress. We'll keep checking it a couple of times as permission propagation takes about 20 seconds. So let's check again. And yeah, now this has been completed. Now we have to create a conversational playbook. So let's go back to our conversational agent interface. Let's take playbooks on the left panel. Let's go back and copy the name to update the playbook. So we'll select the default playbook. Now we'll paste the name here. Now for the goal, we'll copy and paste it here. For the instructions, we have to write our own instructions, but don't worry, I have pasted the instructions in the description. So you'll find that in the description. You can go and copy paste it from there. Our next goal is to use the conversational agent simulator. So let's copy the prompt. Let's go back. On the top, you'll see the toggle for the simulator. Let's go ahead, click the toggle, paste our prompt, click enter, so you should see a response. Now we'll go back and check progress. We'll check progress a couple of times, and you'll see the assessment is completed. Now let's go ahead and check progress on the sidebar as well. Okay, our next task is to go to the Gemini Enterprise Agent and add agent. So let's come back to AI applications. We'll go to the Gemini Enterprise Agent, which we initially created. Here we have to add an agent. So let's click on Agents in the left panel. Here we have an option to add an agent. Let's click it. Let's click Add a Custom Agent via Dialogflow. Now we'll copy the agent name from here and come back and paste it here. Let's copy the description as well and come back and paste it here. Now for the Dialogflow agent source, let's go back to our Dialogflow console. Let's click on Conversational Agents on the logo at the top. Let's select a project. Once we see the list of the conversational agents, let's click three dots. Let's click on Agent Link option to copy, and we'll come here and paste it. So all we need here is starting from projects. So we'll get rid of everything before that, and we need only until the agent ID. So we'll get rid of everything after that. So we need only agent/agent ID. Now let's go ahead and click Create. So this will add your agent. Now let's come back and check progress. This should say the task is completed. Now we see that we have scored 85 out of 100. This is enough to complete your challenge lab. We only need 80% or more required to pass the lab. So congratulations, we have completed this lab. You can go ahead and end it. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and bye.